Fun at Kids Central, Episode 1. Welcome. Nina watched the other second graders run outside. Their parents were picking them up. But Nina's mom worked late. So Nina was going to Kids Central. Nina walked into the gym. She wished she could go home and play in her backyard. A big banner over the windows read, "After School Fun and Games at Kids Central." Nina didn't see anyone she knew. She felt nervous.
Oh, there's my name.
Nina spotted a name tag with her name on it and sat down. Izzy was excited to be at Kids Central. But her name tag was wrong.
Isabel.
Izzy read.
I'm Izzy, not Isabel.
Izzy looked at the boy next to her.
You must be Jason.
Welcome, everyone. Please find your seat.
Miss Shelley called. Miss Shelley was the Kids Central teacher. Nina thought she had a nice smile.
Today, we're going to decorate name tags.
Miss Shelley said. A tall boy sat down next to Nina. He didn't say hello. But his name tag said Bobby.
Look through the magazines on your table. Cut out pictures of things you like,
Miss Shelley said.
For example, Nina, what do you like?
Miss Shelley asked. Nina smiled.
I like the color purple, and I like my rain boots.
She answered shyly.
Nice. Jason, what do you like?
Miss Shelley waited.
Jason?
Izzy poked Jason's arm.
He likes video games,
She said.
Jason, we don't play video games at Kids Central. Please put that away.
Miss Shelley sounded serious.
Besides video games, what do you like?
Jason looked up.
Cheeseburgers!
Great! Start cutting.
Miss Shelley pointed to the magazines.
Please pass me that magazine.
Nina said.
Please pass me those scissors.
Bobby said. Izzy waved her hand in the air.
Miss Shelley, I need a new name tag. Only my grandma calls me Isabel. Everyone calls me Izzy.
I'm sorry. You can make a new name tag.
Miss Shelley handed her some stiff paper.
Punch 2 holes in the top.
Izzy punched.
Then write your name in big, beautiful letters. Now, take all the pictures you cut out. Glue them onto your name tag. You can glue them on the front, on the back, or on both sides. When you're done, choose a piece of yarn. Thread it through the holes on your tag. Ta-da! Your name tag becomes a necklace.
Miss Shelley tied her name tag around her neck.
You could also hang it on your bedroom doorknob. Nina, your mom's here.
Miss Shelley called. Nina looked surprised.
Is Kids Central over already?
Yep, time to go home, sweetie.
Her mom said.
Bye, Miss Shelley.
Nina ran to her mom.
Look what I made!
Fun at Kids Central. Episode 2. Rainy Day Energy Bars. Bobby walked into the gym after school. It was raining. So Kids Central was inside today. He wished they could go outside and play. He also wished he had brought a snack. He was hungry.
You guys look tired today. Maybe we need a snack to wake everyone up,
Miss Shelley said.
Yeah,
Bobby agreed.
My mom makes coffee when she's tired.
Nina said. Miss Shelley laughed.
We're going to make something better than coffee. We're going to make our very own Kids Central energy bars. Everyone, gather around this big bowl.
cool. We're making our own snack.
Bobby said.
We'll make the mixture all together. The instructions are on the board. Step 1. Empty 1 can of condensed milk and 2 tablespoons of oil into a bowl. Stir.
Miss Shelley read. Nina picked up an open can on the table.
Here is the condensed milk.
I've got the oil.
Jason measured 2 tablespoons of oil and poured them into the bowl.
Stir.
Step 2. Add 2 cups of toasted oats. Stir.
Nina picked up a bag of toasted oats.
How much is 2 cups?
Bobby handed her a measuring cup.
Fill this up twice.
1, 2. There!
Nina grinned.
This is fun!
Step 3. Add 1 cup of puffed wheat. Stir.
Jason measured 1 cup and added it to the mixing bowl.
Cool! That was easy. Step 4. Add half a cup of chopped nuts. Where are the chopped nuts, Miss Shelley?
Izzy asked.
Here are the chopped nuts. We're using sliced almonds.
Miss Shelley handed her the bag of nuts. Izzy added them to the mix.
Step 5. Make it sweet. Add chocolate chips and raisins.
Nina read.
Ooh, I love raisins. Don't forget step 6. Add 1 cup of sunflower seeds.
Miss Shelley reminded them.
And don't forget to stir, stir, stir.
Izzy said.
I am stirring, stirring, stirring.
Nina said.
Spread onto a grease baking pan. How do you grease the pan, Miss Shelley?
Bobby asked.
Pour some oil onto a paper towel.
She answered.
Then rub it around the bottom of the pan.
Miss Shelley gave him a paper towel.
Now we press the mixture down like this.
Miss Shelley pressed her palms firmly on top of the mixture.
We're ready to bake.
Miss Shelley lifted the pan into the toaster oven.
Bake for 25 minutes at 175 degrees Celsius,
Bobby said.
What will we do for 25 minutes?
Jason asked.
Let's play soccer. Girls versus boys,
Bobby shouted.
Yeah, boys win.
Jason and Bobby slapped hands.
Something smells good,
Bobby cried.
It's our snack,
Miss Shelley said.
It's ready for the final step.
Cut into bars and enjoy.
Bobby read.
That means eat. Maybe staying inside isn't so bad after all.
Miss Shelley cut 12 bars. Everyone took an energy bar.
Wow, we made a really good snack.
Izzy said.
Yeah, and now I have lots of energy,
Added Bobby.
Let's go play more soccer.
Fun at Kids Central, Episode 3, Something to Sit Upon. Jason was swimming away from a great white shark when someone tapped him on the shoulder.
Jason,
Miss Shelley said.
I've warned you about video games in Kids Central.
Sorry, Miss Shelley.
Jason mumbled. He looked down and saw himself get eaten by the shark.
Did everyone bring in a plastic garbage bag and a newspaper?
Miss Shelley asked the kids.
Yes, but what are they for?
Nina wanted to know.
It's a surprise,
Miss Shelley said, her eyes twinkling.
Everyone, grab 2 paint pens and a ruler from the table. Toss them in your bags and follow me outside.
Miss Shelley led the class to the picnic tables on the playground.
We're lucky we have these tables. But what if we wanted to sit under that tree over there? Or in a park that doesn't have tables?
The kids stared at her.
The ground is all wet,
Miss Shelley hinted.
We'd get all wet,
Bobby said.
We'd need something to sit on.
Izzy burst out.
Yes, we'd need something like a sit-upon.
Miss Shelley said.
Today we're going to make sit-upons. Take everything out of your bag except for the newspaper. First, we have to cut your garbage bags to make them smaller. Let your newspaper slide all the way to the bottom of the bag. Measure about 10 centimeters from the end of the newspaper. Then, cut off the open end of the bag.
Miss Shelley handed out scissors.
measure.
Bobby said, placing a ruler on his bag.
Cut.
Nina said, cutting her bag.
Perfect.
Izzy said, holding up her bag.
Now, fold the loose side like you're wrapping a present. Then tape the end with duct tape. Be careful. Duct tape is very sticky.
Jason sat with his arms crossed, looking unhappy.
What's the matter, Jason?
Miss Shelley asked.
I don't like this craft.
He said grumpily.
Why not?
Miss Shelley frowned.
My mom gave me a pink garbage bag. I hate pink.
Jason pushed his bag away from him.
Oh, Jason, pink is a great color. But if you want a different bag, let's see. Does anyone want to trade bags with Jason?
I do.
Izzy jumped up.
I love pink.
Thank you, Izzy. What color is your bag?
Miss Shelley asked.
Gray. Is that okay?
Izzy looked at Jason.
Gray's my favorite color.
Jason grinned.
Problem solved. Now everyone is going to paint their sit-upons.
Miss Shelley turned to the other kids.
Use your paint pens to decorate your sit-upon any way you'd like. Make sure to put your name on it. Then you're all done.
Wow, Jason, that's cool.
Izzy said. Jason had drawn a great white shark on his sit-upon.
Thanks. I guess it's okay. But it would have looked dumb on a pink bag.
He said. Fun at Kids Central, Episode 4, A Nice Day for S'mores. Izzy and Nina were swinging high on the swings. They had just met at Kids Central a few weeks ago. But Izzy liked Nina.
Fall is my favorite season.
Izzy said.
Yeah, I love fall too.
Nina agreed.
Girls, come get your sit-upons. You'll need them soon.
Miss Shelley called. It was time for the Kids Central activity of the day.
I wonder what we're doing.
Izzy said. Miss Shelley was holding a brown paper bag. She wore tall rubber boots.
Out to the woods we go,
she said. Everyone followed Miss Shelley onto a path. The path went into the woods.
Here we are,
Miss Shelley said.
our campground for the day.
What are we doing here?
Izzy asked.
Can we put our sit-upons anywhere?
Bobby asked.
Anywhere that looks comfortable to sit.
Miss Shelley answered. Miss Shelley emptied her shopping bag onto the ground.
For today's activity, we'll use a fire, marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. Can anyone guess what it is?
S'mores.
Bobby yelled.
My favorite.
Yum! My family makes s'mores when we go camping.
Nina said.
What's a s'more?
Izzy asked.
What's a s'more?
Nina repeated, shocked.
You're in for a treat today, Izzy.
Miss Shelley smiled.
First, I'll make the fire. You should each find a long, skinny stick. Brush off any dirt. You can peel off the bark if you'd like.
Miss Shelley instructed.
Oh, I found a perfect one.
Nina said, brushing off a long stick.
We use these to roast the marshmallows.
Jason told Izzy.
Yep. You put the marshmallow on the end of your stick, like this.
Bobby showed Izzy how to stab the marshmallow. Izzy held up her stick.
Okay, now what?
Now, let's roast these marshmallows.
Miss Shelley said.
Hold your stick carefully over the fire, but not in the fire.
I like mine gooey and dripping. That's the best.
Nina said.
No way. Totally burnt and crispy on the outside is the best.
Bobby said. Izzy screamed.
Miss Shelley, my marshmallow is on fire!
Don't worry, Izzy. Just blow it out like a birthday candle.
Miss Shelley calmly took Izzy's stick and blew out the small flame.
So this is a s'more?
Izzy asked, holding up her burnt marshmallow.
Not yet. Now we take 2 graham crackers.
Nina said.
And a piece of chocolate.
Jason added.
Put your chocolate on 1 graham cracker. And put your marshmallow on top of the chocolate.
Bobby showed her how.
Then put your other graham cracker on top like a sandwich. And squish it together.
Nina squished her sandwich. Melted chocolate dripped out of one side. Izzy and Nina laughed.
S'mores are so good.
Izzy wiped marshmallow off her lips.
Aren't they? They're perfect for a fall day.
Miss Shelley smiled. Izzy looked around at the pretty fall leaves. Then she looked at her new friend, Nina. Miss Shelley was right. Everything was perfectly perfect. Fun at Kids Central, Episode 5, A Fair Game of Foursquare. Bobby was dribbling a basketball on the blacktop. He was pretending to be on the Eagles, the high school's team. Miss Shelley was getting ready to start an activity.
It'd better be fun,
Bobby thought. He didn't want to stop playing basketball. Miss Shelley had a big box of chalk and a ball. She blew her whistle.
Let's gather on the blacktop,
She called.
I want to be on Izzy's team.
Nina cried.
You don't even know what we're doing yet,
Bobby said.
We're going to play a game. It's called Foursquare.
Miss Shelley said. Bobby knew Foursquare. His sisters played it. Kids Central was going to be fun today.
Who has played Foursquare before?
Miss Shelley asked. Only Bobby raised his hand.
I'm gonna be the best.
He thought.
Bobby, would you draw a Foursquare board for us?
Miss Shelley asked. She held out the chalk. Bobby drew a large square and then divided it into 4 smaller squares. He numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4.
I start by passing the ball to Bobby,
Explained Miss Shelley.
The ball must bounce once in my square and then go into Bobby's. If the ball lands on any line, I am out. Bobby must hit the ball with his hands and bounce the ball to another square. If he doesn't, he is out. If the ball goes out of the big square without bouncing in any square, he is out. If he catches the ball, he is out. If Bobby is out, he will go to square 1. The person in square 1 will move to square 2, and so on. We will play for 5 minutes. Whoever is in square 4 at the end wins. Bobby, you're in square 1. Izzy, square 2. Jason, 3. Nina, 4.
That's not fair.
Bobby cried.
I'm gonna lose.
It's ABC order, Bobby.
Miss Shelley replied.
Square 4 starts. Here you go, Nina. Ready?
Nina said. Everyone nodded. She bounced the ball to Jason in square 3. Jason bounced the ball to Izzy. Izzy bounced the ball to Bobby. Bobby bounced the ball back to Izzy. But she missed.
You're out!
Bobby shouted.
Bobby, there's no need to yell.
Miss Shelley warned.
Nina, go ahead and start again.
Nina bounced the ball to Jason.
"10 seconds left."
Miss Shelley called. Bobby panicked. He had to get Nina out to win. But no one was passing him the ball.
3, 2, 1. Game over.
Miss Shelley said.
No!
Bobby groaned.
Hooray! I win!
Nina cried.
Foursquare is fun.
Yay, Nina!
Izzy cheered.
Foursquare is no fair!
Bobby said, frowning.
Foursquare is good practice for basketball, isn't it?
Miss Shelley said. Bobby paused.
Yeah, I guess so. It's good practice for passing. Hey, Miss Shelley, when can we play again?
Fun at Kids Central, Episode 6, Pizza Bagel Disasters. Nina took her apron out of her backpack. Miss Shelley had asked all the Kids Central kids to bring aprons today. Nina's apron was purple. It was a present from Aunt Soo-jong in Korea. Aunt Soo-jong visited the United States once a year.
Hey, Bobby. Nice apron.
Jason teased. Bobby was wearing a pink apron with ruffles.
It's my sister's.
Bobby grumbled.
What are you wearing?
My old pajamas.
Jason said.
It's also my smock for our class.
Buongiorno!
Miss Shelley called. She was wearing a chef's hat.
That's Italian for hello. Today we're going to make my favorite Italian food, pizza. But we're going to make small snack pizzas called pizza bagels.
I've eaten bagels, and I've eaten pizza, but I've never eaten pizza bagels before.
Nina said.
First, you can each take 6 bagel halves from the basket.
Miss Shelley told them.
Whoa! We each get 6?
Bobby cried.
Yep. What's next, Bobby?
Miss Shelley asked.
Spread pizza sauce on the bagels.
Bobby read. Nina spread the sauce in a circle on her bagels.
Wait, I need more.
Jason leaned over the table to take the jar from Nina. His bagel slipped off his dish.
Ah!
Nina jumped out of the way of the sliding bagels. Splat! Jason's bagels landed sauce side down on the gym floor.
Ooh.
Jason moaned.
Now what, Miss Shelley?
Sorry, we only had enough for 6 each. Someone will have to share with you.
Miss Shelley answered.
I'll share mine.
Bobby said.
Thank you, Bobby,
said Miss Shelley.
That's very kind.
Now, sprinkle shredded cheese on the bagels. Not too much.
Nina read out loud.
cheese.
Izzy cried.
Then choose a topping. Sprinkle it over the cheese.
Izzy read.
I pick bacon.
I pick olives.
Nina said.
Look, I'm making a pizza pie.
The girls turned around. Bobby was tossing 2 bagels in the air. He was pretending to make pizza dough. Jason was laughing.
Boys, do not play with food.
Miss Shelley warned.
Whoa!
Bobby tripped and bumped into Jason. Their plate went flying into the air. Jason leaped to catch it, but it was too late.
6 more pizza bagels gone.
Miss Shelley sighed.
Well, let's put yours in the toaster oven, girls. Something is burning.
Miss Shelley ran to the toaster oven.
My pizza bagels!
Izzy cried.
Too much cheese!
Jason said. The cheese had dripped off the bagels. It was burnt onto the bottom of the oven.
But there are still 6 good pizza bagels here.
Miss Shelley pulled Nina's bagels out of the oven.
Enough for all of us.
Nina smiled.
Dig in, everyone.
Thanks! Hooray for Nina!
Everyone cheered. Miss Shelley took off her chef's hat and put it on Nina's head. Nina beamed. She couldn't wait to make pizza bagels for Aunt Soo-jong. Fun at Kids Central. Episode 7. The Amazing Index Card Trick.
Hi, Miss Shelley. What are we doing today?
Jason was the first to arrive in the gym for Kids Central.
Hello, Jason. I can't tell you until everyone else arrives. But you can help me pass out these index cards.
Miss Shelley said.
Hi.
Nina walked in next.
What are the cards for?
We can't find out until everyone gets here.
Jason told her. Bobby and Izzy walked in.
Let's start.
Jason told Miss Shelley.
Everyone is here.
Jason, let me sit down first. Jeesh!
Izzy rolled her eyes at Nina and sat down at the table.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Today, we will do something impossible,
Miss Shelley said.
No way! That's impossible!
Bobby said. Everyone laughed.
Hold up your index card. Which is bigger, the card or your face?
Miss Shelley asked.
My face!
Izzy and Nina said at the same time.
Of course my face!
Bobby said. But Jason shook his head. He had seen magic shows before.
Is this a trick question?
He asked.
I think the card is bigger.
You think the card is bigger. Let's measure and see.
Miss Shelley said.
How big is the card?
Bobby measured.
13 centimeters wide and 8 centimeters tall.
Have you ever measured your face?
Miss Shelley asked.
My face is 17 centimeters long and 12 centimeters wide.
Jason said.
So, your head is bigger. But I bet you can fit your head through this little index card.
Miss Shelley held up her card.
What? No way!
Jason said.
Impossible!
Bobby said.
I bet Miss Shelley can do it.
Izzy said. She smiled at her favorite teacher.
Well, I'll show you a trick,
Miss Shelley said.
A magic trick?
Jason asked.
Not a magic trick. A real trick,
She answered.
Step 1. Fold your card in half from top to bottom. Step 2. Make 13 small cuts on the folded side of your card.
Everyone cut carefully.
Step 3. Make 13 small cuts on the open side of your card. Step 4. Carefully unfold your card and cut along the fold. But do not cut the first edge or the last edge. What do you have?
Jason unfolded his card. His eyes opened wide.
Wow! It's huge! And my head fits through it.
But it's still just a regular index card.
Miss Shelley put her card back together.
That's a cool trick, Miss Shelley.
Jason said.
Will you teach us more like that?
Sure, but right now I think your dad's waiting for you.
She pointed to the door.
Dad!
Jason jumped up.
Want to see a cool trick? I can put my head through an index card.
Fun at Kids Central. Episode 8. The Holiday Wreath Angel. Izzy looked out the window. It looked cold and gray outside, but there was no snow. Christmas was only 2 weeks away. Izzy hoped it would be a white Christmas. She closed her eyes and wished for snow.
Hey, Izzy.
Nina said. She pointed to a pile of paper plates and paints on the table.
I think we're doing a craft.
Oh, good!
Said Izzy. She loved crafts. And Miss Shelley always had fun ideas.
Today, we are going to make holiday wreaths.
Miss Shelley held up a glittering gold and silver wreath.
Ooh, it's pretty!
Izzy said.
I like the angel.
Me too.
Nina said.
Is that a paper plate?
Jason asked.
It is. We are going to make wreaths out of paper plates, paint, glue, and some other things.
Miss Shelley held up a bag.
I have a bunch of old holiday decorations. You can use whatever you want. First, fold your paper plate in half. And then cut a half circle out of the middle.
Miss Shelley said.
It looks like a wreath already.
Izzy said, unfolding her plate.
Now, paint your wreath and decorate it with anything you want.
Miss Shelley pointed to a pile of decorations on the table.
I'll use this.
Bobby held up a paper bell.
And I'll use this.
Jason held up a paper menorah.
Oh!
Nina and Izzy spotted the angel at the same time.
It's mine!
They both reached for the angel.
Nina, I really want it.
Izzy said.
So do I, Izzy.
Nina said.
girls, is there a problem?
Miss Shelley asked.
Nina wants to use my angel.
Izzy said.
Your angel?
Nina raised her eyebrows.
Should we share it?
Nina asked, looking at Miss Shelley.
You two girls are smart. I'm sure you'll figure something out,
Miss Shelley said.
Share it?
Izzy repeated.
How do you share an angel?
I guess we could cut it in half?
Nina said. Izzy felt like crying. She didn't want half of the angel. Half of the angel would not be beautiful. She wanted the whole angel.
It's okay.
Izzy said quietly.
Nina can have it.
She looked away as Nina took the ornament.
Thank you, Izzy.
Miss Shelley said.
That was very grown up.
Izzy saw Nina's wreath drying on the floor. It looked good.
Please make it snow.
Izzy whispered to the angel. While their wreaths were drying, Miss Shelley brought out a bucket of jingle bells.
Jingle all the way.
They sang holiday songs and shook their bells. Before Izzy knew it, it was time to go home.
What a cute wreath, Izzy.
Izzy's mom exclaimed. She and Nina's mom were holding up the wreaths.
Izzy, come look!
Nina suddenly shouted. Izzy ran to the window. She couldn't believe it. It was snowing. Her wish had come true. She looked at Nina's wreath and silently thanked the angel. Then she turned to Nina.
Come on, let's catch snowflakes.
Fun at Kids Central. Episode 9. Exercise your brain. Bobby opened the door to the gym. Jason, Nina, and Izzy were there already, ready for Kids Central. Miss Shelley was passing out sweatbands.
What are we doing today, Miss Shelley?
Bobby asked.
We are exercising,
Miss Shelley answered.
Are we playing basketball?
Bobby asked excitedly.
We're doing a different kind of exercise.
She said.
Today, we'll exercise our brains.
The kids looked at each other.
Our brains? Does that mean we're doing math?
Nina asked, frowning. Bobby groaned.
Oh,
Not quite. I have a bucket here full of brain teasers.
Miss Shelley held up a bucket of cards.
Here, Nina.
Miss Shelley said.
Pick a card and read the brain teaser to yourself. Then, choose someone to answer it.
Nina took a card and read it silently. Then she grinned.
I choose Bobby.
She said.
How many letters are in the alphabet?
Nina asked.
that's easy. 26.
Bobby answered. Nina burst into giggles.
Nope. 11. THEALPHABET. Get it? That's 11.
She smiled at Miss Shelley.
This is fun.
Okay, Bobby, you're next. Pick a card.
Miss Shelley said. Bobby took a card and read it.
Jason,
He said, turning to his friend.
what goes up but never comes down.
Jason shrugged.
A hot air balloon? Clouds?
You can only have one answer,
Bobby said.
Okay, clouds.
Nope, your age.
Bobby waved the card in front of Jason.
My turn.
Jason said, taking a card out of the bucket.
Aha! This is a good one.
He turned to Izzy.
What doesn't get any wetter, even in the rain?
Izzy thought for a moment.
An umbrella?
She guessed.
No, water.
Jason said happily.
Okay, here I go. Nina, what is full of holes but still holds water?
Izzy asked.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Nina began to sing softly.
A basket!
She cried.
No, but good try. The answer is a sponge.
Izzy told her friend.
Miss Shelley, now it's your turn.
Jason said.
Okay, here I go.
Miss Shelley took a card, closed her eyes, and spun around in a circle. When she stopped, she was facing Bobby.
Bobby,
Miss Shelley said.
the more of them you take, the more you leave behind. What are they?
Bobby thought.
The more of them you take, the more you leave behind.
He repeated to himself.
I take showers. I take naps. I take steps. Steps. Footsteps. That's the answer, Miss Shelley.
Bobby said. Miss Shelley clapped her hands and laughed.
Well done,
She said.
you got it.
These were hard brain teasers.
Nina said.
My head hurts.
Miss Shelley, can I take home the brain teaser bucket?
Bobby asked.
I'm gonna learn every brain teaser in the world.
Fun at Kids Central. Episode 10. Jump Rope Day. Nina glanced down the hallway. It was empty. She quickly pulled her jump rope out of her backpack. Then she began to skip down the hall.
Hey! Stop it right there! No jumping inside!
Someone called. Nina froze. She turned around and saw the 5th grade hall monitor. Where had he come from?
Sorry, I was just going to the gym.
She said.
Jumping rope inside gets a note to the principal.
He said. Nina sighed and watched him write out a note.
Ms. Filani will see this right away.
He said. That made Nina grumpy. But when she walked into the gym for Kids Central, she smiled. Miss Shelley was holding a long orange jump rope. Izzy was jumping rope and chanting,
I like coffee, I like tea. I'd like Nina to jump with me.
I'm coming.
Nina cried, throwing down her backpack. She took out her jump rope and began to jump in time with Izzy.
I like coffee, I like tea. I'd like Jason to jump with me.
Izzy chanted. Jason picked up his rope to jump with the girls. But Miss Shelley blew her whistle.
Let's take this outside, kids.
She called.
And remember, we will walk, not jump, in the hallway. As you know, today is jump rope day.
Miss Shelley said.
We'll all take turns jumping. But first, I need 2 turners to turn the rope.
Nina elbowed Bobby. Izzy elbowed Jason.
We'll be turners,
The boys said.
Great! And Nina and Izzy said they'd share some jump rope rhymes with us. Right, girls?
Their teacher asked.
Yep, you might know these already.
Nina said to the boys.
Are you ready, Nina?
Miss Shelley asked. Nina jumped up and down.
I think so. I've been practicing.
We start with Nina, turn around. Okay?
Izzy said. The boys and Miss Shelley nodded.
Nina, turn around. Nina, touch the ground. Nina, show your shoe. Nina, that will do.
They chanted.
Perfect!
Izzy cried.
Izzy, it's your turn.
Jason called, still turning the rope.
Okay, here I come. Do strawberry shortcake.
Izzy said as she jumped in.
Strawberry shortcake, cream on top. Tell me the name of your sweetheart. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J.
Ooh, you're in love with Jason.
Nina squealed.
I am not!
Izzy said, out of breath. But everyone saw her blush.
Okay, last turn. Let's do coffee and tea.
She said quickly.
Turn the rope.
Nina told the boys. She spotted Ms. Villani walking across the blacktop to the parking lot.
I like coffee. I like tea. I'd like Miss Villani to jump with me.
The girls called. The principal looked surprised. But then she put down her bag and hopped in.
It's much more fun to jump outside, isn't it, Nina?
She said. Fun at Kids Central, Episode 11, Snow Brownies.
Attention, students and teachers. Because of heavy snow, we will close the school at 2 o'clock today.
Ms. Villani's voice announced over the loudspeaker.
We want everyone to get home safely.
In her second grade room, Nina wondered.
Will we have Kids Central today?
In his third grade room, Jason wondered the same thing. Just then, Miss Shelley stuck her head in the door.
We'll start Kids Central at 2 today. You'll stay until your parents arrive to pick you up, okay?
She said. Jason nodded. Bobby gave her a thumbs-up sign.
Nina, Izzy, and Bobby, your moms just called. They will be here at 4 o'clock.
Miss Shelley said.
That gives us just enough time for our activity. Did you all bring your aprons?
What about my dad?
Jason asked.
When is he coming?
Jason's dad always picked him up on Wednesdays, and they always went out for pizza afterward.
I haven't gotten a call from your dad yet. But don't worry, I'm sure he'll come at 5 o'clock as usual.
Miss Shelley said.
Today, We'll bake snow brownies,
said Miss Shelley.
Yay, brownies!
Izzy said.
But what's a snow brownie?
Jason didn't hear Miss Shelley's answer. He was still thinking about his dad. Why hadn't he called?
Step 1. Preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius. Jason, would you do that?
Miss Shelley asked.
What? Oh, okay.
Jason set the temperature on the oven.
Step 2. Grease a baking pan. Miss Shelley, can I grease the pan this time?
Nina asked.
Of course. Here is some oil and a paper towel,
The teacher said.
Who will read step 3?
Me. Step 3. Beat the melted butter and sugar. Sugar, please.
Izzy held out her hand for the sugar.
Step 4.
Bobby read.
Beat in eggs and vanilla.
Step 5. Stir in cocoa powder and flour. Hello, Jason. Can you pour the flour?
Nina asked.
Step 6. Stir in salt and baking powder.
Izzy added the salt and baking powder.
We're ready to bake.
Miss Shelley lifted the pan into the oven.
These should be done in about 27 minutes.
While the brownies baked, the kids measured the snow that had collected on the windows.
12 centimeters here.
Izzy cried.
Time to turn these into snow brownies,
Miss Shelley called. Each kid placed a paper snowflake over the baking pan. Miss Shelley shook powdered sugar on top. When the kids lifted the paper snowflakes, there was a pretty snow pattern. 5 o'clock came and went. After everyone left, Miss Shelley and Jason cleaned the tables and washed the dishes. Then they read a book together. Finally, at 6 o'clock, the gym door opened.
What is that delicious smell?
A man asked.
Dad!
Jason jumped up and ran to his father.
Sorry I'm late. I was in a meeting and couldn't use my phone.
His dad said.
Ready to go home? I'm afraid it's too snowy for pizza.
That's okay. We could have brownies for dinner.
Jason said. Fun at Kids Central. Episode 12. Winter Food for Birds. Izzy lay on her back in the snow. She and Nina were making snow angels while Miss Shelley set up the Kids Central activity. The sky was clear and blue. Izzy saw a red bird land on a tree branch.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
She called to it.
Nina, don't birds eat worms and bugs?
Izzy asked.
Yes, I think so.
Nina answered.
Then what do they eat when there's snow on the ground?
The girls thought about this. They decided to ask Miss Shelley.
You girls must have read my mind,
Miss Shelley said.
I was just going to ask you that question.
You were?
Izzy said. Miss Shelley blew her whistle. Jason and Bobby stopped their snowball fight and came over.
Birds usually eat worms, bugs, and berries. But these things are hard to find in winter, right?
Miss Shelley said.
It's too cold, and there's so much snow.
Izzy said.
People can help birds by putting out feeders. Today we'll make bird feeders